Hey guys, welcome back to my channel here. This is Pedro Fame. I am going to do an NFL draft here. This is going to be the full first round I'm going to be doing. So make sure to stay tuned. I know I've been gone. I'm going to make a video tomorrow letting you guys know what happened and what's been going on in my life. So I'm going to give you guys an update here. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and do an NFL draft. And you guys are going to see it here coming up. So I have the PFF draft simulator with 1 through 32 picks, and I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. So the Jaguars, these are players that I think they're gonna go for. So players also that I want to see as well. So you'll see some picks will be that, some picks will be off of need and stuff like that. So I'll explain to you each one and why I picked each one as it is. So the first overall pick is gonna be the Jacksonville Jaguars. So they're going to go ahead and select Trevor Lawrence with that first pick. Don't need to really explain that one. They need a quarterback. Urban Meyer is the new head coach. To me personally, I would select Zach Wilson. He is a much better prospect in terms of he hasn't been playing with a whole lot of talent, and he can throw the football anywhere, any place. He's gotten a Joe Burrow type of leap from his sophomore year to his junior year, and he was pretty good his sophomore year. He would have been a second-round pick if he was eligible. This year, totally different. Much better prospect than people ever gave him credit for. He could throw on the run. He could throw a platform. He makes a lot of throws that Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, and Patrick Mahomes makes, and he is big-time electric. But with the number 2 overall pick, it's going to be Zach Wilson. The Jets are never going to regret that pick. The Jets are actually going to love that pick going forward because, to me, that's the best available quarterback, and that's the second to best prospect. Number 1 prospect you'll see coming up here going forward. But with the number 3 overall pick, San Francisco 49ers, they have to go Justin Fields in my mind. I can't even see them going Mac Jones or Trey Lance. Trey Lance, too young, too little experience. We'll have to sit behind Jimmy Garoppolo, which you want to trade because he's probably not going to want to be there once you select a quarterback. Mac Jones, love his accuracy, love his ability to throw the deep ball. Best deep ball, other than him and Justin Fields are the 2 best deep balls, but just not my cup of tea. Non-athletic. More athletic than people can credit for, but still not athletic enough, and he's not great. He's not really that great when it comes to doing short passes. So I would really prefer to have somebody like Justin Fields who could get it done, even though he doesn't go past his first or second read, which is something Kyle Shanahan needs to work on with him. But I love the mobility. He gets out of harm's way. Atlanta Falcons. Now, this is where a trade could happen. I'm not going to do trades in this one. I may do trades on the day of the draft. We'll see. But for right now, I'm not going to do any trades in this one. So with the number 4 overall pick, I think it makes the most sense to draft Kyle Pitts. Now, he's my number 1 overall prospect. Reason being, you can put him at 10, you can put him at wide receiver. Hell, you can put him in the backfield and have him run the football. I mean, he's that big, that mobile, that fast. He's an absolute athlete, absolute great player, number 1 player in this draft for me. The Bengals, do they draft Jamar Chase, his LSU buddy, or protect him? Here's the reason why I'm going to go with who I'm going to go with. I think they're going to go wide receiver. I think they're going to go Jamar Chase. The connection that him and Joe Burrow had was unbelievable, unimaginable. Blitnikoff Award winner as a sophomore. Blitnikoff winner. That's never happened before. He's also had the greatest wide receiver season we've seen probably since Randy Moss. I mean, that was just unworldly. Oh, and Devontae Smith. I'm sorry, Devontae Smith, Randy Moss, and Jamar Chase had the 3 best wide receiver seasons of all time. So kudos to him. He's going to be drafted really high. So, and he's going to reunite with his buddy Joe Burrow. So on the clock next is going to be Miami. Miami needs to protect Tua at all points in time. I know they need wide receivers. You get that at a later time. You have the 18th pick. You go get it then. You do not address it with the 6th pick. This is also a trade candidate, by the way, also. But Penei Sewell, don't even think about it. Don't think twice. As soon as you see the Bengals do not select him, write his name down, hand it to the commissioner or whoever, and let the name be said because he is for real. So we're going to go with number 7, Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions is going to take, to me, they're going to go ahead and if Dan Campbell knows what he wants, he should go with Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle is better than Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is great. His size scares me. I don't think he's going to hold up in the NFL. I really don't think so. I think Rashad Bateman's actually even a better prospect than Devontae Smith in terms of I just can't see somebody that skinny and not that big just hold up in the NFL anymore. Marvin Harrison did it, but that's a one-off. You can't project Devontae Smith as Marvin Harrison. It's impossible. So I think that it's more likely than not he's going to be very injury prone. But I think if he does play and when he is on the field, he is going to be very productive. I just think the injury bugs are just going to ruin his career in terms of him lasting past 10 years. I really don't see him lasting past 10 years. It's just going to be too hard. For the number 8 overall pick, we're going to go ahead and could go quarterback, trade, wide receiver, tight end, corner. They can go a lot of different ways here. They haven't replaced Luke Kuechly. That's their issue. And I think that's why they're going to select Micah Parsons here. Micah Parsons makes all the sense in the world for the Carolina Panthers if they don't trade out, because trading out would be more sense. But if you're going to stick with the pick, go with Micah Parsons. He's absolutely the best defensive player in this draft. No doubt about it. And he will change life for you. You haven't been able to replace Luke Kuechly. So getting somebody like Micah Parsons will absolutely change that defense entirely. Number 9, Denver Broncos. This is where it's going to get tough. It's going to be between Trey Lance and trading out of that pick. Also, you don't see anything really else for them to pick up with Michael Parsons being gone. If he was there, then I would say pick up Michael Parsons to go with Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. I think that'd be the best trio in the NFL when it comes to young talent with those two. But I don't think they do. I think they draft Trey Lance. Reason being, I think they drafted Trey Lance because I think Trey Lance is somebody who you could sit behind Drew Lock for a year and see if Drew Lock's still your guy. Because you still end up trading Trey Lance then. He still has value because he's never played, so nobody knows what he is. And he's been in the NFL for a year, so at least you have some knowledge. Okay, he knows a playbook. So that's something that's really interesting to see. Now, the Dallas Cowboys at this pick. Now, I'm going to filter this because I'm going corners. There's no Michael Parsons there. So we're instantly going to go to corners. No wide receivers. Kyle Pitts already off the board. They're going to go with my guy that I think is the best cornerback. Well, no. They're not going to go. They're going to go with Patrick Surtain, which is who I'm going to be drafting. But to me, Caleb Farley is the best cornerback, and he's going to prove that as he's going to get selected later in the first round. And you're going to see why he is the best corner by far, no doubt about it. Great ability. So Patrick Surtain's dad played as well. That's a big leg up. I think that's why he's going to be a safe pick. I don't think he'll ever be a bad corner, but I don't think he'll be a great corner. I think he's going to be a good corner, which Dallas could use anyways. But I think Caleb Farley could be a superstar corner. So, New York Giants, I mean, he's there. You should take him. Don't even think twice. Don't even think about wide receiver. You already covered that. Defense, unfortunately, I don't see a defensive player at number 11 that's worth it. Maybe Christian Bumore, maybe. But I'm going to go with Rashawn Slater. Rashawn Slater is an absolute terror of a guard. Or you can put him at tackle. A little small to be tackle, but I think he could be a right tackle. Or he could play either the left or right guard, which is very valuable, especially for the G-man who hasn't had an O-line in 10 years plus. And they need to protect Daniel Jones because they need to see if he's the right quarterback or not. Eagles, easy money. You pair Jalen Hurts back with his old Alabama buddy, and you go draft Devontae Smith, and you don't even think twice. Not twice. He's that guy. Devontae Smith helps out Jalen Hurts immensely. Like I said, he's going to be hurt. He's going to be injured. I feel like, so it's a little tough. I know the Justin Rieger, same thing happened to him, but I think he's the best wide receiver on the board at that time. I don't think they're going to go with Rashad Bateman, even though I think he's better than Devontae Smith in terms of durability-wise, and he makes a hell of a lot of plays. But you'll see who Rashad Bateman is going to go to later on. The Chargers are up next, and I think that's where the next corner is actually going to be taken. And the next corner is going to be taken is going to be J.C. Horn. His father also played in the NFL on the wide receiver side of the ball, not corner. But J.C. Horn's a great corner. I think he's very physical, great on his own, great South Carolina corner, man-to-man, where Caleb Farley was zone but could play man. I think he's still the best corner by far. You're going to see where he goes here coming up. So next is going to be the Vikings. The Vikings here they have a lot of needs, but to see where they select, you're kind of playing with fire at their position. I would definitely look to trade out of that position. But if you're going to stick there, I think you draft Christian Beaumore out of Alabama University. Best defensive tackle in the draft. One of the best interior linemen. Can stuff the run. Can get to the quarterback every once in a while. Definitely wreaks havoc, though, in the running game. So definitely watch for him on Sundays. The Patriots, number one position they need is quarterback. There's a quarterback left, as you can hear it off, and it's Mac Jones. Mac Jones fits Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick's system like nobody else, and you can still have him under camp for a year and let him develop. Maybe it's a little faster. Maybe he learns when to move, when to not run RPOs. You never know. He's going to be a very good quarterback with Bill Belichick. He's going to be better with Bill Belichick than he would be with any other. Even with Kyle Shanahan, he would be much better off with Bill Belichick, who's stern, who will get him to learn the playbook, who will get him to understand what's going on and what needs to happen. So next up is going to be the Cardinals. Cardinals need a lot in terms of they need a tight end, defense, corner. Next corner is about to come off the board here, and it's going to be Caleb Farley. I know he was injured, coming off an injury, but he's absolutely, undeniably the best corner in this draft, and he's going to make a huge difference here in the NFL coming up, and you guys will see that. Number 17, the Raiders. And they're going to take Christian Dorsal. Now, I think they should draft Rashad Bateman. Reason being, Henry Ruggs wasn't it. I'm so sorry, but Henry Ruggs is not a number one wide receiver. They drafted him as such. He's not. He hasn't lived up to it. He's not it. So if I was them, I would draft Rashad Bateman. But they do need to protect Derek Carr, so I am going to go with Christian Dorsal, who's a very good tackle for them. Also, Caleb Farley was before him, so Virginia Tech buddies going back to back. It's great. Dolphins at 18, Rashad Bateman. Don't even question that pick. Rashad Bateman. He's easily, to me, he's top 3 wide receiver. Now, to a lot of people, he's top 5. He's still a great wide receiver. Size, huge catch radius, can make tons of plays after the ball. So watch for him on Sundays as well. Washington Redskins are super interesting because they need a quarterback. There's no good quarterbacks left remaining that deserve to be a first-round grade. So I think they're out of that market. Same thing with wide receiver. There's no wide receiver to me that should get drafted in the first round. Maybe Elijah Moore at the very end of the first round, but certainly not at 19. So they're in a position where they could trade out of that position and move back. But I don't think they do, and I think they take Jeremiah Uwaza. I'm so sorry if I got his name wrong. Jeremiah from Notre Dame. Absolutely terror out there. Was playing for a great Notre Dame team this year that went all the way to the ACC championship against Clemson. Also made it into the playoffs, so you saw him plenty of times on Saturday do his thing. Chicago also needs a quarterback, wide receiver, and corner as well. I think this is where another corner is going to come off the board. The 4th corner is going to come off the board here, and his name is Greg Newsome II. He's very underrated. He actually could end up being better than J.C. Horn or Patrick Surtain. More of a zone corner, though. Not a man-to-man, not a traveler. Not going to take the best wide receiver, but could take a great number 2. Could definitely handle number 2. Number 1, I don't know. He's a little skinny. He's a little too skinny for me. If a physical wide receiver is versing him, he's going to have trouble. Now, the Colts wide receiver, wide receiver, edge, tackle. No matter what, they're going with a tackle, and Elijah Vera Tucker could very well end up being a huge steal at this point in the draft. Absolute great talent. To me, he's a top 15 pick, but due to the needs of other teams, I don't see him going in the top 20. So I think him at 21 is absolutely great value for the Colts, and I think they just got a really good tackle who's going to be helping out with Quentin Nelson for a long time. Tennessee desperately needs help in some positions here. They let go a lot of people. I think they're definitely looking in the market for a tackle. Unfortunately, there really isn't none there. And they just lost a wide receiver as well. Don't know what's going on with that, but whatever. So you're going to go with Elijah Moore. Now, Elijah Moore is getting picked because Ole Miss buddy, AJ Brown's there. Ole Miss connection. I think that's another reason why to get him, but I don't think that's actually the best pick. I think Kwity Paye could help them out big time. But I think they go with Elijah Moore to help Ryan Tannehill out because they did lose a corner, they did lose a wide receiver. So I think they do need some help on the offensive end. Now, the Jets are interesting. They already took their quarterback. They technically do need a guard. There's no real guards to go to. So I'm actually going to hit you with something completely different. They're going to draft Kwity Paye. Kwity Paye, to me, is devalued. And he should be, because I don't think he's the best. I think Jalen Phillips is better than him. I think Jason Uwa is better than him. They're going to go with Kwity Paye, his power, strength, next to Quinn Williams, I believe his name is, the defensive tackle for them. Helps get to the quarterback. He's just a bull rusher to me. And I don't like one-trick ponies where if he can't bull rush you, he can't get around you. Doesn't have great hands, doesn't have great technique, is more of a straight-up push you out the way or fling you out the way, get to the quarterback kind of guy. That's great for some scenarios. Some scenarios, that's absolutely fantastic. But when you have a really great left tackle that can hold his own, he's neutralized at every point in time. That's why I think he deserves to fall. Steelers, they need a whole lot of help. A whole lot of help. And I think this is where the first running back is going to go off the board, because I don't see a tackle being able to get off the board here. They're going to select. Oops, let me see if I can take off. Yes. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know it's going to be Najee Harris. That man is a big boy. That's a big boy running downhill. He's my number one. Travis Etienne is my number two. So just to get you guys in the order there, I think it's an absolute steal for the Steelers to get Najee Harris at 24. I think he's an absolute great running back. Definitely runs violent, can hop over people. He's a 3-down back, where Javonte Williams is not a 3-down back. He's a 1-2. That's it. Can't do nothing else. Michael Carter's a 3-down back. Chuba Hubbard is a 3-down back. So those are some players that are 3-down backs that I think are very good. You got the Jaguars coming up. Jaguars need a lot. I think this is where Trevon Moehrig is going to come off the board. He's a great prospect to watch out for, because he's going to slide a lot because of his position of safety is so devalued, because it's not a huge necessity in the NFL anymore. He's going to show you what it means to be a good safety in this league, because he's going to be it. I don't know if he's going to be great, but damn sure he's going to be at least good. So the Browns are next. Browns need help on the edge. I know they signed Jadeveon Clowney. Still think they need help on that edge. So I think they actually end up taking Jalen Phillips out of the University of Miami. The U. I think he's the best. He came from UCLA, where he was killing at UCLA, had a medical retirement because of concussion, came back his senior year, didn't get a concussion, didn't get into any of that protocol, and dominated. Had the most sacks in college football. And he's all the way down here. You better not even think twice. Select him, don't even think twice. Ravens are up next. Wide receiver, edge. Two things that they need the most. They're going to go with Jason Uwa. He's a great edge, has good technique, not as a huge power guy, but great technique, good with his hands, can definitely get some tackles, definitely. And he's definitely a guy who can get a couple of sacks. I think he's a 6 to 8 sack guy. And that's truly valuable in this league, to get 6 to 8 sacks every season. I think he's one of those guys. I definitely do believe that. Him and Michael Parsons that they played last year would have made Penn State way better than what they were. Saints need a wide receiver. No question. Wide receiver, corner, linebacker. They lost everything due to the cap. So this is no doubt about it in my mind, Terrence Marshall Jr. territory. And then same wide receiver, great talent, played with Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Justin Jefferson is already in the league with the Vikings, and Jamar Chase get picked earlier. So with Joe Burrow. So you're going to see that. Now, the Green Bay Packers also need a wide receiver, linebacker, corner. I don't know if I see them getting a wide receiver. Don't think there's a wide receiver even on the board that could really change life for them. But I'm gonna go with a wide receiver that I think that they could go for, which is Kadarius Toney, an X-type weapon, where he's blazing fast, great hands, not a whole lot of moves, not the great biggest size, but good speed and good hands, which is critical for his position. Still needs to learn more of the route tree, but I think next to Devontae Adams and Allen Lazard, he's definitely gonna help. They're definitely gonna help teach him. So the Bills are up next, and I think the Bills here are interesting because I think they actually end up taking Azeez Ojulari from University of Georgia. That man is a beast. He's a big human being. He's great at bending the edge. So I think he's definitely going to fit very well with that Bills defense with Sean McDermott. They just won the conference championship. Now I think it's their time that they're going to make it again. I don't know if they're going to, I don't know if they're going to win it. I'm not predicting them. I do predict them to go 11-5 and make it to the playoffs. I can't tell you how far because I don't know the matchups or anything like that. So, but I do believe that. Oh well, it's 17 games now. So I'm sorry, 12-5. Ravens back on the clock after trading Orlando Brown. They got KC's pick. Here's where they are gonna have to go wide receiver, no matter what. No matter what, they have to go wide receiver. Here's where Dewami Brown comes in. Dewami Brown is a bad dude, bro. Bad dude. That man made plays all over the field for Sam Howell. Sam Howell is going to be the number 1 overall pick next year. You could book that. So you had Sam Howell, Javonte Carter. You had Javonte Williams, Michael Carter, and you had Dewami Brown, Sam Howell. You got to lead them to the national championship, baby. But it was the defense. I know. You got to play both sides of the ball, and the defense was trash. It is what it is. Buccaneers need a quarterback. Tom Brady ain't going to play forever. Maybe another year or two at best. They don't really need any other positions. So actually, I have them actually taking a quarterback here, and I think they take Davis Mills. A lot of people have been talking about it. That he's a great developmental quarterback. I think under Tom Brady, he's definitely going to be used very well. He had a brace the whole time, so it scares me that I think he's a little injury prone. But with only 11 starts, it's very short, Mitchell Trubisky-esque. So you want to be careful with that about putting him out there at any point during the season. Even if Tom Brady is hurt, I don't even think you put Davis Mills in. I think you put in the backup quarterback they have now. I forgot his name, the guy who does nothing. But I think that you definitely put him in there. So that's gonna be it for the video, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the draft grades. If I could get on it. So I'm gonna show you guys the draft grades here. You guys will see them here on the screen. Now you saw the Rashawn Slater being a C+. It's better than that. They know it, but we'll get to that later on down the line. And then the Davis Mills being a C+. Davis Mills pick, it can go either way, so that I don't mind. But you guys saw the picks there, saw the grades. So that's going to be it for the video. I am going to potentially probably do another video on draft day, letting you guys know with trades and everything like that, what's the first round going to look like. I'm also going to do a video tomorrow letting you guys know what happened and where I've been and a new update on the house. So you guys should love that. Stay tuned. See you in the next one, guys. Have a great rest of your day.